Hello everybody, this is the Imagine Of, and welcome to another beautiful day on the Imagine This Let's Play series. I'm super glad you joined me today. We've got lots of great things going on. First of all, I'd like you to take the moment to look down in the bottom right hand corner of your screen and check for the Imagine Of watermark. And if you click on that, you can hit the subscribe button, and it would just make a guy feel super special, namely me. Welcome back to another wonderful day. Here we are in the base, at the base of the Imagine Of, and all his viewer friends and buddies. There are going to be a few changes in here. I think I'm going to take out these flowers today because I don't really like them. They're nice, but this just isn't having the effect that I wanted. We're going to do a lot of things. The big area that we're going to work in today to start finishing up and getting ready for the end is going to be down here in our base living quarters. I've got a pretty good surprise coming up today. Lots of things that are going to be happening in this area. So if you're ready to get started today, let's get started by getting the prep work done for the amazing things we're going to do. It's going to be a surprise because I don't want to tell you everything just yet. We're going to get some things together. We're going to finish up inside our living quarters today. Hopefully you're excited, and I'm really excited to see you guys. And thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get started. All right, everybody, here we are. We're back at the base out on the outside here. We're trying a little bit of redstone here, and this is just a very primitive expediency setup here that we got going, and I want to show you kind of what we're doing here. It's not fancy, and this is there's a lot better ways to do this, but I don't want to have a permanent setup here. I just want to get some of these flowers, and you're wondering, what are the flowers for? Well, the flowers are for dye, and the dye is going to be for some terracotta blocks that we're going to use inside our base build. So we have a basic setup with some dispensers here. We got a little redstone line going to a clock that we made with some observers, and when you push the two observers together, it kind of makes a fast clock. And then down in this hole, let me see what time it is, because it's always time to sleep here. I'm going to take out this block right here so we can get down in here. So we have a little rail line with some hoppers feeding into a chest. We have a piece of powered rail on both ends that gets powered when we flip the lever. So our mine cart will go back and forth. And so let me get asleep here, because it's just always sleeping time. I don't know. That's what makes survival just a whole different level. You have 15 minutes, and then the mobs start coming out. All right. So the way this is going to work is, first, let's go get some bone meal. And I am running low on everything bone meal. So at some point, we're going to have to get something going. Mob farm or something. So we're going to go behind here. We're going to just hand load these dispensers here. So we're going to throw 64 in here. And we're going to throw 64 in here. And we're going to throw 64 in here. And I bet you can guess on this last one, we're going to throw 64 in there. Now, this gets a little noisy. So I'm going to go in here, options, music, sound. We're going to cut the volume down to about 10% so we don't have to hear all the clicking. I've got to learn how to make all these things silent. So I have to do some video watching. But right now, the credit for this catastrophe here can go to me, because this is the simplest way I could think of to just make this happen this morning, so I don't spend all day on it. All right, so this is going to go back and forth, and a hopper minecart will pull the items through the block. And so when the little flowers appear, if you bone meal a too high flower, like a sunflower, a rose, whatever that is, and a peony, it will pop off an extra flower. And we're just going to suck those up with our little hopper minecart, and it's going to continuously drop them into the little hopper chain underneath. The one thing to keep aware of here is that if you power the block here, it should, if I'm thinking correctly, it will lock this hopper. That's why you have to leave one space on either end between your powered rail and your hopper. So we need to power this block, because this will cause it to kind of ricochet off and go back and forth. So you need a powered block on both ends. All right. So, no tutorial, that's just imagine trying to get something done. So let's flip this on, and it pushes this observer up with the sticky piston, and it makes a fast clock when these two see each other. They, for some reason, whatever the Minecraft gods have said, they create a clock. So, here we go. Let's check it out and see what happens. Alright, you can see our flowers popping off. Just like so. Alright, and they're disappearing. Alright, and our clock is ticking away back here, powering our dispensers, and our little cart should be going back and forth. We'll take a look at that underneath, and it's pulling up all the little flowers. Now, we're probably out of bone meal already. Yes, we are. So we're going to hit this. Well, we need to leave that running for just a second, because there we go. Look at that. We are getting all kinds of goodies. There's a great way to build this to where this actually operates, where it stops and unloads when it gets full. And we could do that. You have to build a little turnaround section with the comparator and a powered block and a few things. So we're not going for that today. We just need some flowers. So hopefully that looks pretty interesting. It's not going to do a lot more because we don't have a ton more bone meal. But as you can see, if we throw some more bone meal in here, it will keep producing flowers. So we're going to throw another 32 in there. We'll throw 32 more in here. And we're going to throw, hopefully the sound is not just driving everybody nuts. But we just need to get some dye so that we can start creating our terracotta blocks for the underneath of our base. And so there that goes. All right. So now for the episode today, we're going to get in here as that's finishing up, putting everything in my little chest for me. Let's see here. I need to grab a set of blocks, so we'll just wander around on our little scaffolding, or not scaffolding, but our little walkways and stuff, and do a little cut through. We'll grab a set of guide blocks here and take a quick look at how we plan on managing our build today. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. We got a good weekend coming up. Don't forget Mother's Day. It's very, very important. I think we'll go to this corner. So what I'm thinking is, in this area, I want to round off. We are going to round this thing so it is not square. And the way I figured I would do that, and we're getting a little lag because of the stuff running up there, and we'll go check it here in just a second. But I'm thinking we can do something along the lines of this. So if we have block, 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 okay, and then we cut over a block, and cut over a block, like so. Actually, probably more like this. And then our center block will be maybe this one. And then we do another 2. Then we do a 1. Yeah. And then we do 1, 2, 3. Now that should make it somewhat rounded. Now, as we go up, I want it to go back and in a little bit. So this will probably look more like this. Whoops. Let's see. We're going to do a little, just let me try to build a few things on camera today. So we're going to take out this back block just to give you the idea of what's actually going on here. Let's see here. So then we want another one here. Then we want one here. Take out this back one. We're going to round this thing completely. And I don't always know exactly what I'm doing. I kind of like to do some things like this on the fly. And that gives me more of a sense that I'm just being creative and trying something new that I've never done before. And that's always a good thing. All right, so as you see, this is going to build back in like so. And then we're going to just extend this out like so. And then that's going to come over like this. Now, at some point, we have to reverse the pattern here. So we're going to take out these back blocks like this. All right. I'm looking at this middle row. This next row we do will be our middle and our turnaround, so that it will go ahead and reverse and have enough time to build itself back out to meet up with the ceiling at the same way that it meets up with the floor. All right. If that makes any sense. We're going to take these out. Now, we need to reverse this. So we need what's below this pattern to be above it. So it's going to be right here. Then it needs to build out and out. Right? And then we just do like this. Like so. All right. And then we're going to just go ahead and carry this all the way up. So the next step would be for it to be up here. Then we need to come out, out, build out, out. Let's see here if I can get on the other side of that block, which I probably can't. So I'm going to use dirt so I don't get confused at what I'm doing to get up there. Okay, so we got this. And all right, let's take a look at our other side real quick. So this comes out to right here. So I had kind of messed that up. But then on the back row, we only come out 1. So there. All right. And this is going to give this a curve, so to speak. So if we look at it from this side, it's not too bad. Not too bad. And then the top level is going to have, and I tell you what, it's going to be harder to build this. So this is kind of behind the scenes of how I would work something out like this. So on this level, we need to go out 3. And we may have done our intermediate level a little early, but so it would be 1, 2, 3. Then we come out 1. I'm going to come down because I don't want to get mixed up and I don't want to get confused at what I'm doing here. So we need to come over just a tad, go up like this, and we're going to build that out to match this block here. So we need this, and then that's a double. And then if we look down, it's in one and out one, like this. And then on this side, let's see, I get turned around. It is going to be, let's see here, out one, like that. There. Then we got to go back down. We'll get this. We'll come up like so. And that is going to come out one, like so, and then 1, 2, 3. Now, if we look at this from down here, you're going to see, let me get my shovel. Let me just shovel that off. There. All right, perfect. Now, we can see how this is going to round out our corner. All right? And we may need to adjust this a little bit. I may tweak it. I'm going to spend a little bit of time working on that. Let's go up here real quick and turn off this setting here. And actually, you know what? It's going to be deadly out here because it's nighttime. And I have all kinds of mobs out there. Look at these guys. Look at this. This is what you got going on at nighttime. So I'm going to close my door and go take me a little nap down here because I stayed up. I stayed up past my Minecraft bedtime. All right, we're going to sleep, let the mobs die, and then we're going to go out and check out what kind of color stuff we have. We've got to get some white dye and a few other things, but this may need to be larger. So what I'll probably do is just keep building onto the outside of this until this gets big enough to actually have this inside layer of blocks extend all the way over. And if that doesn't make any sense, we'll go ahead and let me get that worked out, and then we'll take a look at what that looks like, and then we can build on top of this pattern, and it will round out all our corners inside this build. And I think that's going to look really nice, and it's going to give it some kind of other dimension. Okay, here we are. I've done a little revamping here of this pattern, but this staggering here of this gives you an idea of what the contour is going to be like in this corner. Now, the good news is I can build out from this. If I want to round this a little more, I can. It's not going to be hard to do. So if I want, I can just add some more blocks in here and just build this out a little bit if the pattern doesn't look very good. But I think from this direction, with this top level that isn't built out one more, if that is the ceiling, I think that's going to work out just fine for our curvature. And I like this right here. I don't want it much more round. It doesn't have to be perfectly round, but I want it to have some contour. So I built this in each corner, and I'm getting ready to finish laying out all my guide blocks. And then once the guide blocks are laid out, we'll come back and we'll start trying some color selections and see what works the best in here. I'm super glad you guys joined me, and for anybody new, I hope you're enjoying the way that we do things here, and I just want you to enjoy the creative process today. We've got lots of things coming up that are going to take up a bunch of our time, namely getting to the end and fighting the end dragon and getting our shulker boxes. But for right now, we're going to finish up working in here so that this is nice and cleaned up for us to use. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are. We're doing a little nautical adventure to, we needed some sheep. All right, so I'm going to use, I need a block that's a little more yellow. Let me see if I can get out of here. Let's see. Well, let me see, which button is it? Escape, it's shift. There we go. Imagine you know what's going on. Use the shift button. All right, so we're getting a couple sheep here, and see if I can get this boat broken. And I'm going to take these because the yellow that I have for terracotta is just not very brilliant. And I want to start a little situation over here with some sheep. I might even build like a tiny portion of the Omango sheep thing. Why don't you follow me, little sheep? Come with me. Now, come inside here. Be my buddy. No. Come in this way. Come in. Come hither. Here we go. All right, so we got him in here. Now I just need to get out by getting this out of my hand and sneaking out of here ever so slightly because I don't want him getting away. I think I can do it here. If they don't try to run out while I'm trying to get the right button on my bar. Okay, so there we go. We got him in. We're going to dye these sheep yellow. And let's see here. And we're going to check out what this looks like because I feel like we need some a brighter yellow. Now, I want to use the yellow from the terracotta, but I don't want to use it for my ceiling because it's a dull color, and I think this is going to have a little bit more vibrance to it. So let me get my bed out here because it's always time to sleep in Minecraft. All right, so I don't even know if I have, I have just the perfect amount of iron to make me a set of shears. Let's see, I think that is like that. All right, I actually remembered something, ladies and gentlemen. I remembered how to make shears. So we're going to get some wool and try it out in our spot and see if that will cover it here. I don't want to run this video too long today. I know we're up in the 25-minute range here, and I've almost got everything set here to do what I need to do to get this project under control. It's got to be under control. You can't have everything just out of control here. So here we go. Let's run over here. Now, I know you're going to look at this and be like, man, that's going to be bright. And it is going to be bright. I will give you that. But I want this to reflect the fun that we're having, and I love the colors. I like color. Color is good. And a lot of people, everything has to match and be just perfect. But let's say I need to put a background block in here real quick. Let's just put this blue in behind this because this is actually going to not be seen, this part. Okay, so we are going for this color yellow for the ceiling. So let's get down here and take a look at this. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to look nice. That's bright enough, and that gets us a transition. I was kind of wanting to do something chromatic, but have some different textures in it. So we're going to run this all the way around. It's going to be loud. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be imaginative. It's going to be colorful and happy. And I hope you guys aren't upset with this, but if I could find, other than gold, because I'm not doing this many gold blocks for my ceiling, if I could find a better yellow, I might take it. But I kind of like the wrinkly texture of the wool. And I like having some different colors in here. I like the smoothness. And this is going to be our background. So let me get to work. And I am going to gather up enough of this to do my project and get this video finished for you guys. I'm glad you tuned in. Okay, here we are. Got some of the pattern put in. I did make an executive decision here. I don't like the wool. So I went ahead and thought, hey, we're in a pyramid. Why not use the good color here. Why not use a color that everybody will recognize on a pyramid? And we're going to climb up here, and we're going to see. We're going to kind of finish out this pattern a little bit here, and we're going to throw some more of these blocks in. Now, the only bad thing is I did leave myself a little area here that I got to go through and add back in without falling off here. Let's see if I can even get that one in. There we go. I got to go back and put some kind of filler block in back there so I don't have a hollow space. I don't like hollow spaces. Now, the only thing is we do have to consider how this is going to wrap into our design here coming down. So for right now, we're just going to throw these in. We're going to hop down. We're going to get some rest. The ever-present sleep time in Minecraft. Here we go. We're sleeping. Now we're sleeping. But I think the whole goal for me is at this point, let's see, where's my corner? We're going to utilize this as our ceiling block. I think it's going to look really good. It's going to kind of match. It's lighter than the yellow, but it's not too obnoxiously bright, and it kind of ties in with the fact that we have it up here in our ceiling. So there will be some consistency. So I'm going to get to work. I'm going to lay all this ceiling out, and I got plenty of sandstone. So all I have to do is run it through the Ilmango Super Smelter, and we're going to be ready to go. We're going to have this entire area lined out with the walls and the ceiling. I don't think this week I'm going to be able to get to the corridors. I do want some kind of cool triangle-shaped corridor that will kind of ixnay part of this pattern. So I'm going to run down to the smelter. I'm going to smelt a bunch. Yes, I said a bunch 3 times, at least 3 times. And we're going to do that and get ready. And I'm going to get these blocks laid in, and then we're going to wrap up the episode. Here we are hanging out by the smelter. I was just trying to get a few blocks made, but I did want to show you how I figured out that I was in the slime chunk zone here. I haven't had one since, but here he comes. And I hope he doesn't mess up my redstone. But let me get out my axe. I think this one's called Butter Smooth Slaying Chops. Give him a little chop here. There we go. Now, let's see what we got going here. I did want to show this because if you don't have Slime Chunk Finder, your best way is to dig a big open space in your mine areas or somewhere like that, or go to a swamp. But in the slime area, or in the area that you dig, if there are slime chunks, they will spawn some slimes from time to time. And this is that's an example. That's how I knew this end. And when we do, let's see here. I think it's these two. You can see that this is the slime chunk. They always spawn on this side of that chunk border. So just a little FYI, I wanted to show you what was going on there. And actually right now, I'm just getting the last few blocks. We're going to run up. We're almost done with what we're doing. But I ran out of my new choice of blocks. So we're going to grab these and take these up there. Hope you guys are just having a wonderful afternoon or morning or evening, wherever you are. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to do. I gotta say, I love the scaffolding. Scaffolding is so awesome because I'll show you what you can do with this stuff. If you don't already know, you can just kind of get up here wherever you want, and oh hey, I got a mob. I got some mobs. Okay, we got to get rid of the mobliness. I don't know where they're coming from, but I would assume it has to do with my scaffolding. All right, So what you can do with this is get up here any direction you want to go, and if you just, like, say you want to go, we don't need to go this way, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna say, all right, we're gonna add some pieces, and as we get out to the end, it'll just fall down at the limit and make us another step, like so. And so you can just kind of wiggle your way around and get all the areas that are nice and tall fixed up just for yourself. So I'm going through, I'm going to finish this up. We'll get a gander at it here in just a minute when it's all said and done, and see what you guys think. Thank you for hanging with me, and we'll get our progress update in here in just a second. Welcome back from our short little break there. Here we go. So we have officially finished everything we wanted to do in this room for the walls. I know that seems like a whole lot to do about nothing, but at least our walls are built and in, and I really am digging this. I like the colors, I like the textures, I like the way this works together. And I went ahead, while I was at it, since I've getting the knack of this scaffolding thing, I went ahead and just slapped up our edging here. I went ahead and made it match the stuff upstairs. So one thing to note, you can't place scaffolding on half slabs or stairs. I should have known that, but I found that out in the discovery process of what we're doing here. So now, I tell you what, the next step will be getting this finished and getting this little triangular section connected to our mine. And I want to get these side tunnels. I think what we're going to wind up with is a central area, and we're going to wind up with that being open to these sides. But between the two, there's going to be some kind of a triangular shaped tunnel. I really want one. Please let me have one. That's what I want to do over here. So I'm going to find some cool way to connect that. We're going to get that. And I know I said the nether portal's going in, but I kind of wanted to finish the design here before we move it in here. So we have our space. We have our colors. We have our textures. We even have our edging. Now it is time to move our nether portal in. I did want to make one little side note. I learned how to create little ghost blocks, so to speak. I don't really know what to call them, but I figured out how to make these little scaffolding floaters, and that's kind of cool. That I don't get anything if I break it, but I know how to make it here. So let me F1 here, and I'll hit this, and I don't think anything will drop. We'll look at my scaffolding on my bar here. And nothing dropped. So it's almost like an imaginary, the Imagineof's scaffolding block. I can walk on it, I can utilize it, but when I go to take it and pick it up, it is not there. I hope you guys had a wonderful time today. We're going to have more progress and more good things coming up. We so badly want to get to the end and get our shulker boxes, but we got to wait a little bit just until we get our living quarters in place. Have a wonderful week. I will see you next episode.